episode ever. G'day, I'm Kerry.
And I'm Corey.
And welcome to Carmen Valley Homestead. In this episode, we're going to go through a few questions that you may have asked yourself, and we're here to help you answer.
Let's start with the definition of what we describe as self-sufficient. Self-sufficient for us is to have the ability to provide food and resources for your own family coming directly from your own property. But we have found that you probably won't ever be 100% self-sufficient.
No. And it is hard. Like, it's a massive goal for everyone. And when we first started off, we were like, yes, we're going to do 100%. We're going to get there as fast as we can. But it never happens like that.
No.
And like, we're nearly 2 years now into our journey, and we've just become 50% to 70% because we grow our own meat.
Yeah, having your own meat, own veggies, as we all know, cost of living, it helps out immensely. So that's the way that we're trying to be.
We've got a dairy cow now, so we can cover dairy, but she won't be bred for another year and a bit. She's only young, so that's another avenue that we hope to get into our household as well, isn't it?
That's exactly right.
Because we are a big dairy, like, we love our eggs, we love our milk, cheese, yogurts, ice cream, all those, little bits that make you happy, I guess, in life.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's what we do to make us happy, and hopefully you could do the exact same thing.
So when you want to start this journey, the first thing you have to look at is your land. But guess what? You already started your journey because you wouldn't be watching this video if you hadn't.
That's right.
And big congratulations to you guys.
Yeah.
It says try before you buy. And this, when we say try before you buy, means make sure that this lifestyle is right for you, because it is hard, Jacka. It will test your patience. You will fall down. Mm-hmm. You will be upset. Many times we've gone to bed crying, thinking that we've failed and that we've just...
Yeah, there's no such thing as failure. It's more learning opportunities when you're doing small acreage farming.
And because it's small, just remember it's small. You're not like... What you learn in a day is phenomenal. What we learn every day.
Every day we still learn.
When we think we know something, we're not even like 20 bit close.
Yep, that's right.
But so when you're looking at buying land, make sure you go and actually really think, are you going to be able to do it? Talk to other small farmers to see what's involved. If you are going to go into fruit trees, make sure that you are getting those fruit trees that grow in your area, because there's nothing worse.
Yeah, don't try and grow something that's never grown in that area, because unfortunately, there's obviously reasons why it's not grown there.
We did that, didn't we, love?
We did, and failed.
We spent $500 on fruit trees that had no chance whatsoever growing in our region. But because we really liked the fruit, we're like, we haven't seen it around. There's a reason why we haven't seen it around, is because it can't be grown in this climate. But lesson learnt, and we moved on and got,
we got basically everything that grows up in our area is now on our farm.
Because in far north Queensland, where we live, it's the wettest place basically in Australia. And there's just root rot, there's fungal diseases, there's so many different things that you've got to consider. So we stumbled a lot with that, but make sure you do your research for your area.
And that's even down to animals too. Some animals don't like particular climates.
We'll make another video on that, because we
failed. Well, we didn't fail. We learned our lessons.
Yeah, we were really heartbroken.
Yeah, we were.
It was a mistake that we couldn't take back. But
once you've settled on your land, what you want, what you've got, make a plan. Make a plan of what needs to be done to the property to get it, to a stage that where you can start growing, where you can start building your farm, basically. But with your plans, make them small.
Yeah,
Small baby steps, because if you think that you are going to have your farm up and running within 2 or 3 months, you're dreaming. I'm sorry, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your farm.
And reality will kick you so hard, so many times that you'll be spinning.
Yeah,
Like
just very, very, very small steps. So if you're, say you've got to put in fencing, you know, don't think you're going to do 1 kilometre of fencing a day, you know, and unless you've done it before. We would aim for about 100 metres a day.
And we would be that excited that we would have ice cream that night.
Yep, pretty much.
Because it's the small things, folks. The small things.
Just little things. That's all you need.
I think
we touched on water before. If you have livestock, obviously water is a priority to make sure that you can get water to them, or
shelter,
and
adequate shelter.
Yeah, and whether that's just temporary shelter for them, or whether you can go permanent and actually build in a shade shelter yourself, or you just get those like gazebos sort of things as a temporary measure for any livestock, and at least that way you can move them around if need be.
The other thing is machinery.
Yeah.
So we really wish that someone would have said to us, hey guys, in your plan you need to think about what machinery you're going to be using for now and the future. Because this farm has been built by hand. No machinery has been used. So as you'll see in our vlogs, it's not spectacular, but it's workable, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we've done everything basically
the hard
by
way
ourselves, with zero machinery, or very limited machinery, I should say. In the fact that we have a little post hole digger. That's basically the bulk of our machinery, and a mower. Yeah,
our concreting was done with a wheelbarrow and a paddy, and eskies full of water.
Yeah.
So we didn't get concrete trucks. We didn't have any of that. We mixed all the concrete ourselves. So everything we did was by hand, and it hurt, like physically hurt. But at the end of the day, so rewarding to look back and go, hey, look what we've done.
Yeah, I mean, we are nearly 2 years in now, and we've literally just got our first big bit of machinery. So
yeah, we got the email today that we were successful in purchasing a small excavator to help us grow the farm. Yeah,
so when you're looking at machinery, make sure, well, our personal choice is to make sure that it's a multi-use machine, so you're not just using it for one purpose. This machine that we're getting can dig holes, post, do our posts. It can level out. It can do 90% of what we need on our property.
And when we're doing our beasts as well, so that's another thing that we're big for 2023 is we want to be self-sufficient in processing our own meat. And it's a very difficult and fiddly thing, because you have to make sure that obviously you've got the right equipment, you've got the health and safety side of it. Even though we're not selling our meat, it's just for us and our family, it still has to be done right. And it does cost money. So we're hoping that we can give some advice on that and how you can cut costs on that, but still get an awesome product at the end of it.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, in just summing that up,
it's a marathon. It's a marathon, guys.
It's not a 100-metre sprint.
Do not try to go bam, 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 bam.
No. One, you'll burn out, and two, you'll feel disappointed, because you will feel that you haven't reached your goals quick enough. So start them small, keep them small, and keep them. Just keep going.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say.
And you will fold, like
you will hurt.
Corey's thought he's failed a lot of times. I thought I failed a lot of times, but at the end of the day, when we go to bed at night, we talk about it. And that's the other thing, support, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to have support within. If you're in a marriage, you got to have each other's back.
Yeah. Don't expect one person to do all the work. and pat each other on the back.
All the time.
That's the best thing.
And
is to make sure if you've done a really good job, or you've really achieved something that day. Celebrate it.
Even if it's something small. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got 2 posts put in one day because it was that hot. It was like 37 degrees and 80% humidity.
Yeah.
It was that hot we could hardly breathe, but we put 2 posts in. That's still an achievement in itself.
Yeah, just try and get something done every day.
Yeah.
I mean, in saying that too,
Have some relaxed time too.
Make sure you take some time for yourselves.
And if someone says to you, you're not doing a good enough job, or why haven't you got to, to a goal quick enough, it's not their life, it's not their farm, it's not their dream. And you got to remember that too. Like, people don't really realize what they're saying. And when you have a massive dream and goals that you want to smash, and people bring in negativity in a way, just bring back to them positivity. Because guess what? You're the one that's doing it. Do you see them doing it? No, they're just jealous.
That's it. So, yeah, enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it.
Exactly.
That's basically the end of the road there.
Yeah. How long will it take to make money from the farm? How long is a piece of string?
The simple answer is, how much do you want to make from your farm? Is it just to cover a certain bill, whether that be power or
Your mortgage.
your mortgage or whatever?
It's hard because,
Yeah, I mean, it depending on what you're doing on a farm, whether you're doing a little bit of livestock or whether you're doing veggies. Obviously, fruit and veggies take time to grow.
They do, yes. And so do livestock, though.
And livestock does too. You've got to breed your livestock. Most people don't have a massive herd of whatever they are. Whatever they want on their property first up. So you've got to make sure that you can, breed them, sustain them.
So, and sustainability is a huge thing. We don't recommend going out and getting a large number of livestock, especially if you've, one, never had anything to do with that animal, and two, if you do not know your area. So we've started off with 10 sheep, 6 goats. We had pigs, so we're going to get back into pigs again because it was really successful. From the input to the output was phenomenal. Like,
and same thing. You have to enjoy your animals.
Yeah.
Spend time with your animals and things like that. They're not, as much as some of your livestock will be maybe eaten, for the time until they are processed, they're your pets.
Yeah.
They're not just livestock. They are your pets. You have to look after them. You have to,
be with them every day.
Yeah. Just make sure that they're there.
If you are going to use livestock as an income for the farm, make sure that you do all your research and the current pricing as well. That's one thing that we become a gutser on, because we were selling our animals way too cheap.
Yeah.
Because we don't like price gouging, and there's people out there that, I don't know, in a nice way, they've got a lot of money in the bank, but they just want that little bit more, and then they forget about the little man.
Yeah.
We are the little man. Like, we have, like, we're comfortable, but we know how it feels to not be able to get a leg up to start. So we're selling our animals a little bit too cheap.
So don't be afraid to charge what they're worth.
Yeah.
That will obviously help you make money, or at least cover your feed costs and things like that, just to make sure that it's every little bit helps.
When you're ready, baby.
What are the key elements to keep in mind? Money. Clearly. Everyone needs money to live. If you're lucky enough that you've bought this property to retire on, great work. But for probably most people, there will still be a mortgage, and there still will be, you know, yeah, I mean your standard cost of living,
which is high.
Yeah. So money is obviously your biggest problem, for lack of better words. Value your time. Value your time is a major thing, because most people don't.
No.
You know, you're sitting here thinking that, you know, I can save money by doing a certain job yourself.
Yeah.
Not always true. There is some things that, yeah, by all means, research. But there is some things that may need further expertise. Plumbing is a big one.
Yes. Don't try that at home, folks.
No.
We tried it, we failed.
Yeah. Have a budget.
Yeah.
You
Budget.
Know, when you're doing your plans, your farm plans, sit down and work out, or have a rough idea of what things will cost, and try and stick to your budget. Don't blow it out of the water. You know, if you're getting there and say you've allowed $1,500 or $2,000 or something for a job, and you're halfway through it and you've already spent $2,000, yeah, you're going to run into a bit of problems somewhere, aren't you? So try and, as hard as you possibly can, stick to a budget.
And if you can, quotes. Get lots of quotes.
Quotes are a big thing. Look around the town. Use not everything has to be brand new.
No. No.
Facebook Marketplace is an amazing tool these days.
Gumtree,
Pocket Traders, just general notice boards at the supermarkets or wherever they are in your town.
and if you go to the pub, 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
someone knows someone's brother's father that has an uncle that has it.
Yeah, try and talk to your locals as much as you can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't be scared to ask for help.
we're in a little town of 150 people. I think it was 150. Yeah, it's about 150.
Yeah,
people.
about 150. We only know a quarter of them, but I tell you what, the amount of help that we've received is phenomenal in terms of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just general help and excuse me. Even just someone to talk to spitball ideas with. You know, to say, hey mate, you know, this is what we're trying to do. Will it work? And they'll go, you're dreaming. Not a chance.
You know, a quick.
Or they'll go, geez, we never thought of that. Well, let's try it. Yeah.
Like we've got we've got friends on another farm, but they're primary fruit. So when we were getting into our fruit, we had to use them as like basically our little handbook because we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah. When you're trying to save some money, look around your farm, look around your property, see what you can use. You know, whether that be some old trees or things that have fallen, that you may be able to reuse, repurpose, and that's a big thing. Repurposing things that are already there.
Yeah.
Repurposing fencing if you're doing a little bit of concrete and say you're putting in a path. Repurposing some mesh fencing to throw down as some Rio, because
sheet mesh works well.
Yeah, sheet mesh, that sort of stuff. Don't be afraid to buy second hand.
Yeah.
Another big thing that we found was weather.
Yeah.
The weather plays a major role, obviously, in anything you do. We're in the tropics. It is bloody hot.
And it's 6 meters of rain a year.
Yeah. So
that's a lot of water.
Yeah. So we have to pick our days when we can go and do some things. And when we started doing the fencing, some days we might be finished by 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning because we start at 6:30. get out and get things done before the heat gets here. Once it's done, then you can sit down and plan for the next day as well. So
we recommend winter for fencing, building infrastructure, and also if you're going to do anything to do with basically labour intensive jobs, winter is your friend.
Yeah.
Love winter.
Outside of the heat. Try and get outside of the heat. Do
No
as
rain.
much. Yeah. Just do as much as you can, early or late.
Yeah.
Look at when the sun goes down, and if that means you're out working at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon until 7 o'clock or whatever, then that's the way it is.
You
think about it.
You might be sitting there going, "Oh, nah, not going to happen." You'd be surprised how many times you'd be out there and look at the time and go, "Oh, we've been out here this long," because you get so much self-worth and enjoyment out of doing it. You don't even realise the time running away from you. Like,
it's only another 5 more minutes. Another 5 more minutes. Oh, we've nearly got this done. Let's go. Let's push through.
yeah.
And before you know it, it's after 7 o'clock, and you're basically ringing up, ordering a pizza for dinner. That's how it works,
Exactly.
And you haven't even thought about having that beer in the afternoon. So that's the perfect thing.
Yeah. Takeaways was a that and microwave meals was a go-to.
Microwave meals were amazing some days.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it, and
We hope it helps.
yeah.
Alrighty. So you got your land, you got your plan, you're ready to go.
Yep.
We really do hope that you got something out of this video.
Yeah.
Because we really wish that there was something out here like this that would tell you the honest truth of how hard it is to.
And by no means are we experts.
No. Oh,
We're just trying to go.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Just the average little family
Yeah.
having a crack at it, trying to make a life for a little boy as well.
Yeah.
Showing him the land and how it works, where his food comes from, and also just, things in general, how to fix things.
Yeah. And I suppose probably something we didn't mention before was with any little machinery, you sort of got to be a bit of a jack of all trades. YouTube is your friend.
YouTube is your friend. Jeez, how many times have we watched videos and
yeah, that's right.
And you think that oh yeah, I know how to do it, and then something happens. It's like, oh, well, I watched how to do it, but it's not working. There's always going to be a learning curve. Nothing's going to become easy.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've attempted to fix things and thrown them in the bin because I couldn't.
And I've done some crazy things that are probably not classed as acceptable in society, but it works. And things, you don't have to follow everyone's lead or what they do. Try say, if you've got an idea, there is nothing stopping you, from going out and doing it. Just go get it.
But above all, just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
That's like I said before. If you're not enjoying it,
don't bother doing it.
Yeah. You're not gonna have a purpose to get out of it. We really enjoy what we do, day in, day out, 7 days a week. It's what we signed up for. It's what we love. So.
Yeah. And teamwork makes the dream work.
It does. It does.
All right, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode and can't wait to do some more for you. Bye.
Hooroo.